And today, I'm not here to promote my company of one of my books. Today, I'm actually here to promote a wonderful author who has just created the most prestigious book about a piece of her history. And to her, it's more like a piece of history that was missing and that has been erased due to, coercion or oppression or injustice. And so writing this book, who took her 6 months to write and another 7 months to edit, with the help of, I think, 3 editors, was a huge achievement for her. And she was also struggling with personal issues. So it was something very important for her to do, and she wanted to light up on this slavery episode that had happened in the past. So the story of this young woman is the story of a very courageous woman, and she endured a lot of cruelty, and she ended up living in a world of slaves, basically. But she did so much to help the others, and fight against what was happening. So it really will resonate with you once you listen to the sample I'm going to play right now. So the title of the book is Trials and Tribulations of Modesty Greene. It's a fictional novel about Harriet Tubman's historical legacy. And so there's a paperback that is 400 pages, and there's the audiobook that is 6 hours and 34 minutes, and it's narrated by Tichelle Peterson, Nin Moko, and Michelle Williams. And here's the sample.
Throughout the dinner, Little Mo moved around the circle of her people with Emeka tied to her back, looking for Jabari. She didn't see him nor his brothers, but she saw his father talking and eating with her father. Her eyes moved from face to face, seeking out Jabari's mother. She would ask her where the boys were this evening. An arm grabbed hers from behind. She sensed it was her man and smiled radiant and full-toothed as she turned. It was Jabari's mother, standing tall and looking flawless. "Have you seen Jabari?" she asked with no expression. "Earlier, when I got water, he went with MM." Without speaking, she nodded and moved deeper into the throngs of people seeking her mate. "Everything in order?" Fanta asked as she untied Emeka and took him from Little Mo's back. Jabari's mom was looking for him and his brothers. "I don't see them here." It would be highly improbable for anyone of the village to miss the nightly meal without a good reason. Illness, death in the family, or injury would count as a cause for absence, but then the whole village would know why you were missing. Modesty's eyes continued to search the crowd. She caught Mambo staring at her. The old woman made the sign of apology. "I am sorry," she said silently. Worry knitted Little Mo's face as Jabari's father brought the concern to the attention of the villagers. "It seems our sons are missing," he boomed, more light-hearted than Modesty would have expected. "My beautiful wife and I would like to believe they are just playing somewhere and have lost track of the time." He filled his lungs with air, emotion cracking his placid face. "But we all know Baba Femi, MM, and Jabari are too old for those types of tricks and wouldn't miss a meal if their lives depended on it." His attempt at humor led to silent tears streaking down their mother's stoic face. "Let's go to Dakar and get them back." GB came to life, jumping up to stand beside his old friend. "But we don't know," Jabari's father began. "Yes, my brother, we do." Sadness clouded his eyes as he placed a hand on his friend's shoulder and turned to speak to the tribe. "Dakar is not that far. We all go at least a dozen times a year." Jabari's mother leaned into her husband as GB took center stage. "If we do nothing, then the traders will think we are easy prey. We must go in numbers," he continued, getting worked up by his own speech. "There is an amount of safety in numbers. Let's set out tomorrow and confront the evil men that are behind the kidnapping of our sons." The crowd roared their agreement. Modesty looked at Mumbo, whose attention was on her father. She was
So as you can hear, those young ladies did a wonderful job, and it sounds just incredibly powerful and um, and great career to the personage. And so I had talk on my podcast this morning with the author, and she elaborated and explains how she came about choosing the narrator and a few other crucial elements into the process of making the book. So a lot has to do with when she one time went out to vacation and something strike to her, and she was horrified. She was horrified by the lack of humanity, the lack of compassion, and she saw a lot of dead body, just a pile of bones. Learning more about the story, and she just had to write the book and let people know that that these things have happened. So basically, the great conversation that I had with her was, and you listen to it more if you go to Vanessa's podcast on Spreaker.com. I'm also on Spotify and iHeartRadio and the YouTube video. Also, and I added a link on my side, so you'll be able to just click it and get there if you interested to know more. Also, and obtain more code on the podcast. You'll see all the free code, US code. And if you know anybody from UK, we have a long list of UK codes too. And those codes can be redeemed at audible.com/promo, and simply enter the code and you will have a free audiobook. And so it's 6 hours long. It's really worth it, very valuable. So if you have a long road trip, that would be perfect for you to listen to. And so she briefly was talking about how the names of a lot of those people who died, who were killed, were erased. Then there were parts of lots of parts of their legacy even were just gone, and nothing really about this heroic character. Then she tell us about Modesty, and so she just wanted to bring this back alive and bring more awareness. And so you'll find more about her. Also, you can follow her on Twitter, DW Plateau Books, very easy to find, and you'll be able to see all things. And if you're struggling finding the codes, like I said, not only they in the description on my podcast, you can find them on my group, A New Day, New Story on Facebook. You can find it on her Twitter. Um, and I'm gonna add some more. So if you want any, just let me know. If you want to do that for a project, or maybe a meetup, or you want to play out the book in a room where there's a large amount of people, um, just think that it doesn't cost you anything, but tomorrow you will learn something new. So I hope that you take the time to do that, and get the respect to this story as much as it deserves it.